Back in the early days of Sodor, there were only 6 engines on the island. One was Edward. He had just first arrived on Sodor yesterday, so he was still in his Furnace Railway livery. Then there was Henry right next to him, a green-black fly that arrived the same time as him. But Henry had arrived a bit after Edward arrived. Edward arrived along with Gordon. The engine right next to him was Neil. Neil was the smallest of the engines, so he was usually the one to be picked on. Right next to Neil was Bloomer, an old vintage engine that had been on the island for a while, and Dudley. Branch line coaches were too small to be pulling those. Oh, I'm not. Even if I am the smallest engine in the group, I am one of the older ones. Gordon, Neil does have a point. Me, him, and Bloomer are the oldest of the group here. But then the fact director came. Hello there, Edward. Hello there, sir. Is it time for my test run? It sure is. And for your test run, I'll have you pulling coaches. Wait, you mean the express coaches Gordon pulls? Oh, little Edward, you wouldn't be pulling my express coaches. Well, I'm afraid Gordon's right. You are pulling branch line coaches. Well, it's okay. I used to run a little branch line back in the Furnace Railway, so I'm fine with either. Well, that's a good engine. Now, go on. Well, Edward, good luck. I know we haven't been best friends for a long time, but I'm just telling you, good luck. Thanks, Henry. Edward was at Nafford Station getting his passenger coaches and his passengers. Each coach was filled with people. Alright, Edward, you ready for this? Oh, I was born ready. I'm going to pass this trial like it was nothing. That's the spirit. Now let's go. The whistle from the guard was blown. Let's do this, said Edward. With that, they puffed off. We're doing pretty good so far, Edward. Let's keep going. Edward started going faster and faster due to his cockiness. Slow down there, little Edward. But Edward was too busy thinking about what the back director would say about his run. But what he didn't realize was that something was wrong. Edward was fragile. He had been on the Furnace Railway for a while, so he would always run on the line. So some of his parts were a bit weak. Then suddenly, Edward's safety valve burst. Into the driver's face. Oh God! Edward, we gotta stop! Edward felt the same thing. So, one of the passengers in the coach pulled the emergency cable. So they had to do an emergency stop at Crosby. Hey, driver, what happened? Well, I'll go check. Edward's driver was shocked. Your side rod has snapped through your splashers, plus your safety valve burst. Oh, great. What will the back controller say? Neil went to couple up to Edward and take him back to the sheds. Well, a new engine named James coupled up to the train and took it back. A new engine with a color of black and red stripes. Meanwhile, at Timid Sheds, Henry and Gordon were still there. Edward came rolling suddenly into the shed. We heard about the news. So sorry, Edward. Oh, it's okay, Henry. It's my fault for being too cocky, thinking I would do so well until that happened. The more I run along the rails back on the furnace railway, the more weaker I got. Didn't realize that my safety valve would burst just like that. And now I have to stay in the sheds forever. Don't worry, Henry. But don't worry, Henry. No, you won't need to worry. I'll still be here with you. Thanks, Henry. Well, that does certainly mean I'll be pulling the express on the main line, and only me. Won't need to be seeing engines, or little engines, like you, Edward. You're small, teeny weeny, and old. So it's kind of a good thing we're staying in the sheds. Gordon! What? Am I right though? No, not at all. Edward's worried that I'll be stuck in the shed forever and you're respecting that? You think without Edward we'll be good engines? And plus, Neil, Bloomer, and Dudley have gone to different railways, so it's just the three of us. Well, I mean, except for that James guy. But either way, who's gonna shunt your coaches? James will do it. I mean, even if he is a tender engine like us, I will have to keep him as the shunter for a while now, since Everett's stuck in the shed. Speaking of which, here's James! Ah, hello there, James. Hello there, you must be Gordon. Well, great to see you, James. Who's that old engine over there? Oh, that's little Edward. He's gotten stuck in the shed due to some accident he had on the main line. Oh, I recognize you. I took the rest of your train to their destination. In fact, the rector said I did a splendid job. And even better, I'll be pulling Edward's train since he's stuck in the shed now. Oh, shut up, you two. I know you're new to the island, James, but you just got here and you're already teasing the engine? What, we can have fun sometimes. Agreed, James, agreed. Now we're on to the next chapter. 1945. Engines come and engines go. But Edward, Henry, Gordon, and James all stayed. James had changed into a red livery. Edward was the opposite. He'd still kept his furnace railway red. And also the engines were joined by an engine named Richard. But to this day, Edward hadn't still got out the sheds. For now. As one day, Edward was sitting in the sheds when his driver Charlie came up to him. Oh, hello there, Edward. Oh, hey, Charlie. I know it's been a while since our last run. It has. It really was, said Edward. Oh, really, driver? You would choose an old engine like Edward to go out? Well, Gordon, in fact, I will. What? What do you mean? I knew you two were gonna get your karma back soon enough, said Henry. But really? Yes, Sir Topham Hatt has gave me permission to let you out once more. And if you do great this time, I end up getting an award. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go! Charlie wasted no time and fumed up Edward's firebox, and they picked up steam. Go show them who's boss, Edward. I will! And this time, Edward did outstanding. They'd gone past Crosby where they first had their first accident and went across the viaduct. The passengers clapped and cheered for Edward. Up ahead, Edward could see it. Wellsworth Station, their destination. And Edward arrived to Wellsworth Station right on time. Sir Topham Hatt was in the coaches and had to speak to some of the passengers. So, how did you like the ride? Well, sir, to answer your question, that was the most smoothest ride I've ever done. has gotten even better from last time. Then Sir Topham Hatt walked up to Edward. Well, Edward, you have done yourself today. You did even better than how you did those years ago. So, as an award, you'll be giving a new paint job. Oh, thank you, sir, Edward said. And soon enough, Edward came back to the sheds in a new livery, a Northwestern Railway blue. Hey, Henry, look! I'm blue! Well, I can clearly see that, Edward. I guess by your new paint job, the trip went well? It sure did. And with that, Edward went on to be one of the best engines on the railway, including with a friend of his being Thomas. Thomas would soon go through the same transformation Edward had went through. Edward, look! I'm blue! Just like you! Well, I see that. You know, I said that similar thing to Henry when I first got this paint job. So, when you first arrived on this island, you weren't in, like, this blue livery? Nope, not at all. In fact, I was a similar color to what James is now. Here's James! Edward, can you get out the way? I barely bumped into you. My bad, James. You look like a hothead. Get it? Because the color red kind of represents, like, hot. Shut up! That was not funny. Well, to me and Edward, it was. I still can't believe Sir Topham Hatt let you out. Well, I mean, I do deserve that for being a really useful engine. You weren't really a really useful engine. For one time, I had to rescue you from a runaway. It was pretty funny, honestly. Oh, shut up! That happened all because some fools were throwing rocks at my controls. Hey, Edward, you think you can pull those express coaches? Owen's gotten ill, so he can't pull the express. Sure thing, driver. Alright, I'll be right back, Thomas. And after that, I'll teach you how to shunt those trucks. Thanks. See you later, Edward. You're welcome. And with that, Edward went off to find the express coaches.